What house rule did you follow so perfectly it destroyed the rule maker? When I was 15, my mom invented a rule she called the sweep. Anything left in the common areas of the house overnight got confiscated and sold on Facebook Marketplace, and she kept the money. If it matters to you, you'll take care of it, she'd say, tapping the printed rule taped to the fridge. It started with my brother Leo's controller left on the couch. Gone by morning, sold for 20 bucks. He cried for an hour. Mom called it a lesson in responsibility and used the money to order sushi for herself. Then it was my headphones. Set down for 10 minutes while I carried in groceries she'd asked me to carry. Sold. My charger. Leo's science fair poster board the night before the fair. She sold that to a craft lady across town, and Leo showed up to school empty-handed. Dad's socket set vanished from the hallway where he'd left it mid-repair of the sink she'd been nagging him about. When he protested, she shrugged. Rules apply to everyone, except her. Her yoga mat lived in the living room for a week, her boxes stacked by the door for days. When Leo pointed at them, he lost his bike for talking back. That's when I stopped arguing and started documenting. Every night I photographed the common areas, time-stamped. I screenshotted her marketplace profile. 61 listings in 4 months. Almost all of it are stuff. I built a spreadsheet. Item, date, sale price, proof of who owned it. I even saved the listing she wrote for Leo's poster board. Kid didn't need it. Then I set the trap. My school issues loaner laptops. Engraved, barcoded, GPS tracked, with a sticker that says, Property of Eastview School District. Mine was due back in June. One night in April, I left it on the kitchen table, sticker facing down. By morning, it was gone. By lunch, her listing was up. Laptop works great, $150. I didn't say a word. I forwarded the listing to myself and waited. The buyer picked it up Friday. Monday, the district's asset system flagged the laptop pinging from an address across town, and their technology office filed a stolen property report the same day. Tuesday, Mom got the call, then the letter. Return the device or reimburse $840 and attend a meeting regarding the unauthorized sale of district property. She stormed into my room waving it. Why didn't you tell me that was a school laptop? I looked up homely. If it mattered to you, you would have taken care of it. The meeting was in the school conference room. Vice Principal Delgado, the district asset manager, a school resource officer. Mom dragged Dad along for support. She launched into her speech about teaching responsibility, and that's when the asset manager slid a printout across the table. Her entire marketplace history, pulled while verifying the laptop sale. 61 listings. Dad leaned in and went very still. Listing number 38, a vintage Seiko watch, sold for $45. His father's watch. The one he thought he'd lost in the move. The one he'd torn the garage apart searching for while Mom watched him and said nothing. You told me you never saw it, Dad said quietly. Mom's mouth opened and closed. The officer explained politely that selling other people's property without consent isn't a parenting philosophy, and with this many receipts, any owner in that stack could make it a very expensive problem. That's when I raised my hand and set my folder on the table. 4 months of photos, timestamps, prices, ownership proof. The asset manager flipped through it and actually thanked me for the exemplary documentation. Mom bought the laptop back from the buyer for $300. He could smell the desperation, plus a $75 district processing fee in front of everyone. She repaid Leo for every item, down to the poster board, counted out on the kitchen table while Dad watched. Then she spent 2 weekends messaging strangers, begging to buy back a dead man's watch. She got it for 4 times what she'd sold it for and handed it to Dad without meeting his eyes. The sweep came off the fridge that night. In its place, Dad taped up my spreadsheet. Last week, Mom left her phone on the kitchen counter overnight. It was still there in the morning, untouched, with a sticky note on it in my handwriting. If it matters to you, you'll take care of it.